Hi, Thomas. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Caius. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. So thanks so much for taking this time to talk with us about Rexel and how you are using Volatile Live. And before we jump into all that, would you like to introduce yourself and Rexel, the company that you work for?
Yes, I would start with Rexel, company who's paying me, actually. So, Rexel is the expert in the multi-channel distribution for the energy world. So, everything you can think about with electricity, more or less. Rexel supports his professional customers with sustainable and also innovative solutions wherever they are in the world. Due to the digitalization, that's one thing really want to raise during that pandemic situation. We could really adapt very quickly our business to that special situation in those times. So that's why we are now here also in front of the webcam. Because sometimes I was also in Finland, but now I'm just dealing my job from my home office, and that's quite interesting in the digitalization market, also in such an industry, to make it work. It's really, really cool stuff. We have around 24,000 employees all over the world, 25 countries. So quite a big company, very interesting to work with different companies in different areas in the world. Our customers are installers, commercial companies, and industries. So that is also our way why we need that multi-channels to connect our customers with different channels. We sell around 400,000 articles. Not all are in stock, but most of them. Different products are lightnings, smart building, photovoltaic, big point, security, and very interesting point also cables. And that makes us that's really in our distribution centers. It's quite an interesting work because it's totally different logistics with those big cutting machines and rackings. And also on top, why we come to you, I think so also the digitalization within Rexel means that we need to go into a transition to a data-driven company. So we really would like to use our data to work in our daily work with our daily workload plan and act based on this. And that's why we need also to present the data. And for us, data is the key. We need to create reports to control, especially our warehouse operations. We need to have live presentations in our warehouses with screens and visualization of the data for all our employees. And that brought us somehow to Volatile Life.
Could you tell us a bit about your journey? How did you start to look for a solution? Did you try some different workarounds, and how did you find us?
Actually, we had a solution since around 2014. We introduced some screens in the warehouse. We wanted to bring some information to our warehouse operations like daily informations, what was the status of the day before, not of the live data, because we just presented some PowerPoint presentations or so on. We invested in screens, which were really expensive. We had a system in the background which was hosted on premise, very hard to integrate with security reasons and so on. It was quite a high invest, but we never found really a solution to get our data in there. And I was really looking for a solution where we could show our Power BI reports in the warehouse on screens. We started with solutions like adding a computer manually to a big screen, starting it up every day, logging in. So not really automatic. I was looking for a lot of those solutions. I didn't find any of those. And it was really hard for a year or 2 years to find something. And suddenly I just activated on Google a Google automatic search for a digital science software combined with Power BI. And someday I got an email, hey, there was the new catch, and it was Volatile Life. And then I contacted you. And from that point of view, we started our work together.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And could you tell how you use Volatile Live in your daily life, in your office environments and logistic environments, and what features made you choose us over others?
So we have three topics where we use it. We use it for Power BI reports in logistics. On second, we use it in sales, and on the top on top, we use it as a presentation to like presenting PDF files, new information from our management. So mainly in our logistic, we see some examples. We have live analysis in our distribution center control towers, so where our operators, super users for our warehouse management systems are sitting, and they need information. What we do there, for sure, we have information within our warehouse management system, but in different screens sometimes, and sometimes we also need information from our ERP system or different other systems like TMS systems. So that's what we want to combine. So that's what we have managed here. We have created a Power BI screen. We have a big screen in our control tower where we see live data. For instance, how many open replenishments do we have? Where do we have errors, like on box calculations? Or in which areas we need more operators because the workload is quite high. So that's quite nice to integrate that with Power BI and just to push it automatically. And then it's also cool that we can plan when we show which things. So in the morning we need more as screens for our inbound processes. In the afternoon we need the outbound processes. On the second part, out in the warehouse for our operators, we also have a live information, how many open order lines they need to pick, so that also our operators get a feeling what's going on for this day. Is it a quite high day or a normal day? It's quite good at that. And then we have a special screen which really worked good. We're using it also in another country now on our conveyor belts. So we need to scan our packages into different transport boxes. And here, for sure, we have our scanners within our warehouse management systems where we see when they scan something incorrect to a box. But if they do not scan anything and just place it, we still have it physically, system-wise on our conveyor belt. So we have a big screen in front of the conveyor belts where they see always live data of the last 15 minutes, and they see if there are still some packages has been not scanned or so they can search for it or so. That worked quite good on that, and we optimized and increased also our quality, transport quality by this. For sure, we are looking also in other topics, solutions, what you have, like presenting sometimes also the weather forecast for the weekend. What we are looking into right now is our connecting our trains so that the operators know when the next train is leaving on the train station. So they have somehow also live information that they don't need to look every second on their mobile phones or so if there are problems on trains. So by ending of the So we can plan in advance. So we say, okay, on Thursday we have a new information from our CEO. So we can just plan it already on Wednesday afternoon. We say, okay, we want to present this tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. So everybody is informed automatically on different screens in the warehouse. I must say the impact was just to have the possibility to show live data in our warehouses. So our operators are much more happier to see the live data. Our operators in our control towers, our super users, are much more happier because they see the live data. They don't need to look in different systems and don't need to open their report manually on their computer, or they need a second screen to see their live report. They just have it on a big screen somewhere in the warehouse. Also, when they walk through the warehouse, they see the reports there. And this absolutely will have or hasn't had an effect in our daily productivity, in our quality for our customers. So that was the biggest effect from that point of view. And then also for internal communications, it makes it also much more easier, especially in that pandemic situation where we had every second week or so on different regulations, how to wear a mask and all that stuff, presenting videos. So it made us much more easier to present information to our operators. First of all, when we started up with Valota Live, we needed to do a security audit. So we needed to check that your hardware, everything is conform according to our internal regulations. So that was quite fast done, so very good on that point. And then also the installation process was very easy. You sent us down your hardware. We already sent you before the Wi-Fi code. So we just plug and play, put the HDMI cable on the screen, and we go. So that's quite easy. Also, the good functionalities for testing functionalities to have the Chrome plug-in where we can test our screens. So I don't need to go to a warehouse to see what is presented on the screen. I can actually look on my own computer how it is. So it's quite nice stuff. And then a very good tool, I must say, on Power BI. In other tools, what I have seen before, it's just a screenshot presented. So I can't act with it. The good stuff with Volatile Live I see here is that we can actually work within our report. So everything we present, we can just add a mouse to our TV and click in the report. That is one thing that we plan at the moment, to put some screens at the coffee machine, for instance, present the live data to the operator, and the operator can choose his own working area and see the live data, so he can act in the report. Then also the licensing mode, I think it's quite good to mention from a customer point of view. So if we have a screen which is not running all the month, or we have a Christmas time or something else, we don't pay actually a license for this monitor. What could I mention also? It's a quickly to control the screens, so we can just log in with our mobile phones. That's also quite good stuff. And the good stuff, what I've mentioned before, is also the prioritization of the information. So I just say that's a high priority information, so it is presented much longer on the screen than a low priority information. And by this, you can handle different informations. It's also quite nice for that my content channel. If nothing is in, it won't be presented. And as soon as I put something in, it will be presented automatically on all the screens.
Data at a glance with ease, I guess.
Yes, true.
Exactly. Well, I think that's everything we wanted to cover. Thank you so much, Thomas, for having this talk with us and presenting your experience around Volatile Live and how you came about. And yeah, thank you so much. Highly appreciate it.
You're welcome. Looking forward to new functionalities also with Volatile Live.
We are working on them as we speak.